So if you haven't played Dune 2 before, it is a fantastic game. And you can see a little picture on the screen here of someone playing it. It's a bit like Command and Conquer. It's by the same people that do Command and Conquer, I think, Westwood Studios. And it's kind of seen as one of the first games of those kind of strategy games where you build a base and you move your units and stuff. It's a really good game, and it's good. I think it's good to go back to the old games and play them. I like Dune 2 because it's unbalanced. Later on they refined the genre, made it more balanced, and I think these unbalanced early games have a bit of charm to them. The problem I find with Dune 2 is it misses things like the Lasso Tool, which is the multiple selection. Where you can drag and select multiple units, and it makes it really hard to play without that because you're kind of used to being able to move 5 units at once. But on Dune 2, you've got to select a unit, select, move, press where you want to go, select another. When you move to the other side of the map, that becomes a real pain in the ass. It's really difficult. But this it's not a remake, but it's kind of like a remake. It's kind of like Dune 2, but with some added, added features. Lets you do multiple unit select, so it's really worth playing, and it's easy to play on Windows. You just download it, but on the Mac it's a little bit harder. So I'm just going to show you how to install this on the Mac. First, you just need to download the files, which is easy enough. Just click download here, and then extract them onto your desktop. So after you've downloaded it, just press the file, and the Mac OS 10, the operating system, will automatically unpack it. I just put it on the desktop. Then you need to install. You're going to have to make the game yourself. Basically, you've downloaded the binaries. You need to compile it yourself. And to do this, we need something called cmake and Allegro 5. I think it's called Allegro. On the Mac, the best way to do this is with homebrew. I think it's a package management system, a bit like you might know from Ubuntu if you use that. So to install this, you open terminal. So click the little spotlight thing, type terminal, press it. I've already got it. Open here. Copy and paste this into terminal to install homebrew. This bit here. I won't do it because I've already installed it. And then once you've installed it, to install these things, you type brew, install cmake, already installed. The next bit is a bit harder because to install Allegro, I think you need to add an extra repository. And what you need to type is brew tap homebrew /versions. I'll put these into the description so you kind of know what you're doing. It says it's already tapped, and then you just type brew install Allegro 5, already installed. But what you'll get is a bunch of messages that just say, oh, I'm downloading this, I'm extracting this, I'm installing this. It'll take a bit longer, but you get the gist. And then on the desktop, what you need to do before you go to the desktop is you need to make sure you've got the original Dune files. So they're called pack files. I've downloaded them. I do own the original game, so I don't know how legal it is. I own the original game, and I can't get the files onto my computer because they don't do floppy disk drives anymore. So I didn't feel too bad downloading them. They don't sell the game anymore, so you're not cutting into anyone's profits. I own about 3 copies of this game because I own the Amiga version and the PC DOS version and the Mega Drive version. So I didn't feel too bad downloading these files because I think I've paid my dues, kind of thing. If you don't own the game, I'm not sure how legal it is to download them. They're easy to find if on Google. Personally, I think there's an argument that old games that aren't supported anymore, the artwork, people have a right to play them, really. Imagine if Nintendo stopped selling Mario, they decided not to sell any more Mario games. I think there's an argument to be made that people should be allowed to download Mario 3 or Mario because it's or Mario 64 because it's Anyway, that's another argument. You just need to get the Dune files. If you search for Open Dune data on Google, you can get these. Extract it, put it onto your desktop, and then you need to go back to terminal, go to your desktop, CD desktop, go to your Dune Dynasty directory, CD Dune Dynasty, and then type cmake space dot. This will I've not installed Fluid Synth, but I've not installed MAD, so it skipped them. I think I must have done this already. Normally you'll get a few more messages. Then just type make, and then it'll make the game for you. This doesn't take too long, there isn't much to it. Now in your Dune Dynasty directory, you should have, this is what's been created, this, and if you double click this it'll start the game, but the first time you click it it'll say there's no data files, so you need the data files, and I think they've got to be version 1.07, the EU version. You need to get these and copy them. You might not need the, I'll copy them all, but you might not need the executable. Into this directory here, the data directory in your Dune Dynasty directory, and now if you press it, Dune 2 starts. It's a great game. You can press Alt and Enter to get full screen. Play a game. I don't know if this is normal, but you can pick your own start level. I have completed it, so maybe that's why it lets me pick the level. Everyone picks Harkonnen, but I like Atreides. Fremen can be pretty powerful later on. Yeah, blah de blah. Just want to show you the Lasso Tool. And now what you can do is select multiple units, which you couldn't do in the original game. And also, I don't think you could just attack them like that. I think you had to run over here and press attack. Also, to build units now, you've got these things. I mean, build structures now. You've got them in the right hand side, and you've got this like little bar. It's much easier to use than Dune 2 was. So have fun.